Hello everyone, it's Ron. Things turned out pretty well this week. I was able to improve the resolution of both the player and of the tile sets. So those are my goals from last week, and obviously as I've just told you, I met them. So let's jump into it. So here we have the player which I used to use, and you can see down below here is the new player. He looks pretty much exactly the same. He's just got twice the number of pixels in the X and the Y. So he has 4 times the number of pixels overall, and he just looks significantly better. He looks like he belongs in that current resolution. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Thanks to that wonderful program I mentioned last week called Tile Setter, I was able to create 3 to 4 different tile sets pretty easily, including a blue filter that goes over the background cave tile sets to make it blend into the background a bit more. You'd be surprised what a difference that makes. But yeah, overall super easy to do. I had the base rocky tile set, and then I just added a sparse snow layer and then a full snow layer, and yeah, the background tile sets, and that was that. Again, really simple, really easy, once you know what you're doing and once you know how to get tile sets working. All of this together makes the game feel much more cohesive and much more consistent. So if I was to pick, say, several random levels, which I'm going to do in the footage I took here, you can see that all of a sudden, the game feels like everything belongs together. The resolution of everything now matches. The player doesn't clash with the tile set, and yeah, they go well together. Of course, there are still a few things to fix. Obviously, there are the fires and there are the icicles. And both of those are currently at the old game resolution, not the new game resolution, which is why they look like they're out of a different game. But they shouldn't take too long to fix, I don't think. And obviously you can see here, now that I don't have snow in the middle of a cave, this feels a lot more like a cave that the player's in. You also got that nice little background as well. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with how everything looked this week and how everything turned out. Yeah, I expected the uprising to maybe take 1 or 2 weeks, and it ended up taking less time than I thought, surprisingly. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I've also added a little bit of background stuff you can see there to try and tie together floating platforms so they don't feel like they're entirely floating in the middle of nowhere anymore. And yeah, I think that also works, and I think it makes it feel much more realistic. I'm really pleased with it. I've also worked on blending together the different environments. So this area also has like a snowy outer exterior and like a little cavey interior. So if we finally go over to that, and I jump, and then I climb, and then I finally get to where I wanted to go. It took several attempts, but there we go. And here we go, we're in like a little cave, and you can see the snow doesn't fall inside the cave, and that the cave background is a little darker because it's got that blue filter in front of it, which I'm really pleased with. So yeah, the only thing I don't like is that the transition between a snowy area and a not snowy area is very sudden. But apart from that, I'm pretty happy with how everything looks right now. And I don't think I'll fix the sudden snow when you leave a rocky, cavey area. And what we have coming up is, I think, quite a good example of how these areas can blend together and how much better it makes the game feel. So here we have a little snowy area, and as I continue to go along, eventually I warm up, and then I continue along my way, and then I fall. And you can see here, I like how the snow is still visible down this little hole here, and then you go into the actual cave and you've got like a little sparse snow, and then you've got no snow. And it's funny how much of a difference that makes, how much more it makes it feel cohesive and consistent. I'm just really happy, guys, to be honest. This week turned out really well. Yeah, maybe this is tempting fate, but I'm still really happy with it. Of course, this now brings into question what I'm going to do next, and I'd like to add some particle effects. I've never done particle effects before, but I've spotted this thing called Pixel FX Designer that looks really cool, and I want to give it a try. And with it, I'd like to add a fire effect, a snow effect, and a lightning effect. Hopefully they don't look too out of place in my game. Particle effects are incredibly powerful, and hopefully they'll look good in my game. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.